Welcome to this Central News presentation. Thank you for choosing us. We start this special presentation with the crisis that COVID-19 has generated in thousands of people who had planned trips abroad for educational or work purposes. The exodus is not only because of suspension of international flights, it's also due to the stereotypes that have been created in recent years by the possible mistreatment, humiliation, or bassiness that Colombians suffer while living abroad. In this opportunity, it will be Paula Andrea Toledo who will extend this information. Paula, what could you find out?
Hello, Julio. In order to learn about Colombian stereotypes, we interviewed a Colombian woman who is living in the United States, and this is what we found.
Hello, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Charmin Mota.
Charmin, where do you live?
Currently, I am living in Fayetteville, North Carolina, here in the United States.
Okay, how long time have you lived there?
I have lived here for 3 years.
What do you do?
I am a first grade teacher at North Harnett Primary School, and I teach Spanish in the dual program.
Okay, are you Colombian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you think that where you work, people have stereotypes about Colombian people?
Well, about Colombian people, not so much, because they believe that every person who speaks Spanish is from Mexico. So if you say that you are from Colombia, they do not know what country is that one. So we have to explain where that country is, that we are in South America, and it is strange to see that they do not they are not aware of our culture or even our country. So in my school, we had the opportunity like to show how Colombian people are, and that has been like a good experience for us. So stereotypes about Colombian people, I wouldn't say they have. But now that we have been in that school like for 8 years, the previous teacher that I work with, she's from Colombia. So now the idea or the belief they have about Colombian people is good, because we have done a very good job, and they believe that we are so joyful, cheerful, that we like to express our feelings so much, that we like physical contact, because we like to hug the students, or even we say hi and we give a kiss in our to say hi to some friends, and that stereotype, if I can say that, is good. Is a good stereotype in my school. I don't know, well, in other schools if it is the same, but I can talk about my experience.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that people have changed stereotypes about Colombian people thanks to your behavior?
Yes, actually that is one of our responsibilities here, because the way you teach, the way you speak, or your manners can show your culture. So I think that the previous teacher and myself have given like a good image about Colombian people, because our principal has told us that we are so hard workers, that we focus on our goals, and we love our job. So but I had one experience last year with another teacher. She's also from Colombia, but she she didn't have like the same goals we had. Her job was not that good, and for our principal and the whole community, it was strange because they thought that every person from Colombia was going to be the same, but it turns out that it wasn't. So she her behavior, her low performance in her job, tried to change in a negative way all the image that we had already built before. So it is interesting that only just for one person, the whole image about our culture can change. So I think we have done a good job, and some people do not don't have the same purpose to show the like a good face of our country.
Okay, Charmaine, thank you for your time. Thanks for help us with the interview.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for inviting me and for taking it into account in your work.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Paula. On the other hand, we ask our psychologist, Dr. Milena Gamboa, why some stereotypes have been created when a Colombian decides to travel abroad to work or study. Dr. Milena Gamboa, where are you and what could you find out?
Good afternoon, Julius. Many messages from cinema, TV, internet, art, literature, and advertising repeat stereotypes about different cultures. Souvenir images purchased by tourists generally represent stereotypical images. These images could be positive or offensive and give a discrimination message. Stereotyping is the act of categorizing a specific person into a large group of people. These are some examples. Latinos are unpunctual and talk a lot. Caribbean people love the beach and don't like to work. Colombians are good workers. Sometimes, stereotyping takes away any possibility for students to branch out and grow as individuals. Nowadays, Colombian stereotypes show a favorable message. Today, Dr. Maura is here to guide us with this topic. Thank you for coming, Dr. Maura. What about stereotypes?
Thank you, Dr. Milena, for the invitation. The origin of discrimination is the stereotypes and prejudice. We must take into account that the stereotypes is the belief in gender. Prejudice is the attitude and discrimination is behavior. Discrimination is a problem that doesn't allow us to advance, recognize, or value our diversity as a society. It affects our rights such as health, education, work, and life itself. Nowadays, in search for a solution to discrimination is a commune, nor in the new human rights treaties. Also in the constitution of the countries. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights established that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, so it's not justifiable to distinguish, exclude, or treat any person. Some entities have been created that support victims of discrimination around the world. For example, ONU, UNESCO, International Organization for Migration, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, internationally labor organization, among others. The entities work for the rights and equality of people. Thank you, Dr. Milena, again for the invitation.
Thank you, Doctor. Stereotypes involve labeling or classifying particular groups of people, generally negatively, according to preconceptions or broad generalizations about them, and then assuming that all members of that group will think and behave identically. Stereotypes can undermine our sense of who we are by suggesting that how we see or speak determines how we act. Since stereotypes and prejudices are based on feelings and not reason, it is important to have opportunities to explore feelings and doubts. This involves careful management of our space to ensure that conflicts of view are productive and not destructive. In particular, it is important to challenge ideas, not the people who express ideas. That's all for today. Thanks for always being with us. See you tomorrow at the same time and on the same channel. It is a pleasure to be with you. Sweet dreams and goodbye.